So good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. Obviously, I'm early tonight, despite Nuno in the chat saying I'm late. Big up yourself, bruv. I hope you're good. Hey, let me know if you got your stuff yet. Let me know if that hoodie and t-shirt's come yet, bruv. But yeah, we're going to speak about Santi Cazorla. We're going to speak about Santi Cazorla, and the reason I'm early tonight is because there is Champions League football on, and there's some big games on tonight. Not that I'll probably be watching them. But yesterday there was a big Premier League game on, and the views on the video were dead. And obviously, we like to get the content out there. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to use my little pea brain today, and I'm going to do my stream early, which I'll probably be doing again tomorrow because, again, there's another big game. Man City are away to Real Madrid, I believe. So I will probably go early again tomorrow for the 9 o'clocker. But evening to everybody in the chat room. I hope you're all well. But Santi, big up Santi. As Kenny Ken would say, Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla. Now I'm in Spain. I suppose I probably should be saying Santi Cazorla because that is the correct pronunciation of his name. But Arsenal are, surprise, surprise, trying to get him back. And I find it kind of funny. I don't believe it is on a full-term deal. I believe it could only be for one game. But they're trying to look at the legal side of it. Obviously, he's under contract at the moment with Villarreal, and he's doing really, really well. Actually, he's played last season. I see his stats earlier. Last season, 8 goals and 5 assists. That is not bad for a 35-year-old. And let's be real here. He would probably walk straight back into our team and be our best midfielder, which is kind of worrying. But he probably would because he is an absolute baller. He is absolutely brilliant, and he was a joy to watch. And there were so many games I could sit here and reminisce about, but I haven't got an hour and a half to go on about them. But I do remember one particular game, and I'm sure you all do, and that was when we played Man City away. And there was that clip of him. There was a bit in the game where he just started slaloming past everyone. Yaya Toure was on his arse. He nutmegged some, I think it was David Silva, and then he's gone, and then somebody clattered into him and got the ball back in the end. But he literally danced around 5 people, and he was playing defensive midfield that day, and he was absolutely unplayable. Somebody in the chat, Dante, big up Dante. I was coming to that. The other game that I wanted to just highlight very quickly was the cup final against Hull City. His free kick in that game. Big up Kieran Gibbs, by the way, because if Kieran Gibbs hadn't headed that ball off the line at 2-0 down, we would never have won that cup final. And that gets overshadowed quite a lot because of how good the comeback was. But he saved us from being 3-0 down real quick. And yeah, but Santi's free kick in that game was absolutely unbelievable. And we kicked on and we won the FA Cup. For the first time, we've won a trophy in what, nearly 10 years? Was it 9 years? Something like that. But yeah, Arsenal are in talks in trying to get him back. I don't know whether, like I said, whether it'd be full term, but it does look like they're trying to work with Villarreal and try and get some way where he can actually put an Arsenal shirt on again and have a bit of a send off, which I suppose in the grand scheme of things would be a nice touch. It would be a nice touch. I do think, by the way, we do have bigger problems than giving Santi a Cazorla a send off, but I do think that that's quite a nice thing to do. And I do think he deserves it as well because, listen, he was a brilliant player. And we could do with one like him in midfield right now because we haven't got a single player in that midfield, really, that can actually dribble past somebody and spin on a half-pence and start banging screamers and that, have we? So, yeah, it would be nice to get him back in the team for one more game. And I think the stadium would be a sellout that day, that's for sure. It'd be a little bit like a testimonial, wouldn't it, really? I remember Bergkamp at the Emirates. It was the first non-competitive game at the Emirates. And I remember his game, and it was just like a friendly, jovial, nice, happy day celebrating a top draw player. And listen, I'm not putting Santi on the same levels as Bergkamp, but he weren't far behind. He weren't far behind in ability. He was quality, and he was a joy to watch. And it all happened pretty quickly the way he went. It was kind of sad how it happened because obviously he had that mad injury, and I remember seeing the scar that he had down his ankle, and to take some skin off another part of his body. I think it was the other ankle or his arm or something, and that to graft the skin onto it. pretty mad. But yeah, it's actually a bit of a miracle that he's come back playing, not for us at the moment, but it's a miracle that he can even probably play again, because that was a bad injury. And then he's gone to Villarreal, like I said, and last season he was absolutely superb for them. 8 goals in the season and 5 assists. So, and listen, they're not the greatest team out in Spain, and you know, he was a standout guy for them last season. So yeah, it would be kind of a nice thing to do, a classy thing to do. And I feel like Arsenal have lost a little bit of class since they've moved to the Emirates. So I suppose, yeah, that would be a classy thing to do, and he's a fan's favourite. Let's be real. I've never heard a single Arsenal fan say a bad word about Santi Cazorla. I've never heard anybody slag him off. Never heard anybody say that he was this, he was that. All I've ever heard people do is big him up and say what a fantastic player and professional he was. So, no, they don't make many like him anymore, sadly. And he seems like he was one that wasn't just in it for money and just in it for the limelight. He seems like a quiet, nice guy. And every time he went onto the football pitch for Arsenal, he gave everything. So yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. Whether they can give it to him, get him back full time, I think is probably a bit of a step too far. Like I said, he's 35 years old. But you never know. You never know. And the way they're trying to work it is so it is a competitive game. But I'm not sure that is even going to be possible, because he is under contract, like I said, at Villarreal. So I'd imagine it will probably be a friendly game, or maybe, I don't know, a kind of testimonial or something. It's similar to a friendly. But yeah, I think that would be a thing that they could possibly do, because like I said, it wouldn't be a competitive game. It wouldn't be a conflict of interest between Villarreal and the player and blah, blah, blah. Whereas if it was a competitive game, let's suppose he come back for a game, let's assume we get past Olympiacos and get a Spanish team, and then he goes, do you know what I mean? There's all sorts of permutations. So I do think it will only be maybe a friendly game, or just something that they set up, Santi Cazorla Day or something. I don't know. Whether it goes longer than that, I very much doubt it. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with it. I'm kind of happy. And I think it'd be a nice little touch. And like I said, I think the stadium would be a sellout, which would be good as well. A lot more people would turn up to see Santi Cazorla. And that kind of says where we're at, that more people would want to go just to see that one player. So yeah, big up to Santi. He's desperate to come back. Anybody who hasn't, by the way, seen his unveiling at Villarreal, after you've watched this stream, obviously, go, pull it in YouTube and put Santi Cazorla unveiled or something like that. Yeah, unbelievable what they did, and it looked absolutely sick. That is a way to announce a player. So yeah, after the stream, obviously, don't be dropping off the stream. We can't be having that, can we? But yeah, it was pretty mad. I've never seen anything like it, so it was really good. But Richard says, I don't really believe that he's coming back. I do think he'll come back, mate. I genuinely do. The fact that the club have put it out there, and you know, there's murmurs that he wants to come back. He said he wants to come back the other week, didn't he? He said he wants to come back just for one more game, just to put that Arsenal shirt on again and say goodbye to all the fans and that, because he didn't really get a send off, did he? So I do think Arsenal are going to work as hard as they can to get that happen. Like I said, I don't think it'll be a competitive game, and it'll probably only be the one game. But yeah, nice touch. But I'd love to know what you guys think. So leave it all in the comments section. I'm going to scroll through some of these comments for a little while. And do drive the likes up on the video. That always helps. That gets the channel noticed. And the channel is going in the right direction. So thank you very much to everybody. Everybody on Facebook watching as well. I can see your comments. So whack them in the comments section on your Facebook page. And I can see them. They pop up on StreamYard. So I can read some of yours out as well. And if you are watching on Facebook, don't forget, tap that share option and share it about. That would be lovely. And if you're not following Facebook, what are you waiting for? It's in the description. So go check that out. Omar Daniel Lawrence Heenan. Evening to you, my friend. The player reveal was something special. How all players should be revealed. Well, maybe not all players. Only special players get that kind of treatment. But yeah, it was sick. It was absolutely sick. And it was a lot better than Lauren Koscielny's, put it that way. Oh, dear, oh, dear. He would knock the team together. Well, listen, 35-year-old Santi Cazorla would still pull strings in that midfield, mate. I would have no doubt about that. But I don't think it will happen past one game. But you never know. He might, when he does actually properly retire, he might actually come back and become some sort of coaching staff or have some role. Listen, he's Spanish. Arteta's Spanish. They're pals. I could see that possibly happening, and we could do a lot worse than having Santi Cazorla as one of our coaching staff, couldn't we? So yeah, that might be something in the future. But like I said, I don't think it'd be more than one game that he plays. Go and convince him you're living in Spain. Mate, I don't even know where Villarreal is from where I am. I can't even lie. I have no idea, mate. Will Tottenham collapse? This is a good question. Where's it gone? Where did it go? Well, there it is. Unknown driller. Big up yourself, bruv. Will Tottenham collapse, mate, now with Son injured? He's their best player. I've said it for 3 seasons now. He is their best player. It's not all about Harry Kane. It's about him. And they play a lot better when Kane's not in their team. And I don't think they'll collapse. And I bet they're gutted because they're right on the cusp of fourth right now. They're only a couple of points behind Chelsea, and I think they've got to play them soon. Is that right? I think the next game they've got is Chelsea. So without Kane, without Son, it's going to be a big ask for them. But they ain't got bad players to walk in the team, have they? Lucas Moura's not a bad player. And yeah, I think they'll probably still be all right. I don't think they'll collapse. I don't think they will. I think they've got too many above average players or decent players to collapse. But you never know. You never know, mate. You genuinely don't. Santi over Xhaka all day. Big up Marble Halls. If you're not subscribed to him, go and subscribe to Marble Halls TV. Ceballos and Cazorla would be mustard. Oh, mate, it would just be a cum fest, wouldn't it? It would literally just be put Fabregas with him as well. And I know people don't like Fabregas because of the way he left and all that, but that 3 would be mad. Yeah, that would be kind of sick. But yeah, they will struggle, says Omar. Santi was a proper player up there with Bergkamp, Vieira, Adams, Henry in terms of game-changing ability. When you put it like that, you're probably right, mate. He was. He could do anything just like that. Yeah, and the amount of times he did win us games just with a pass or a goal or a free kick, anything, man. The geezer was brilliant. Yeah, I wouldn't put him in that category with them players in terms of like their career at Arsenal and stuff like that. But in terms of ability, definitely. You think Ozil can have a comeback, mate? Says Joel Avila. Thank you for your donation, my friend. Appreciate that. Comeback. You're trying to trigger me. I know your game. You're trying to trigger me. I don't know. I don't know, if I'm honest, mate. He looks like he looks like he's enjoying football a lot more now. But maybe that's because he's playing more. I don't know. Because listen, since Emery got sacked, he's started 12 out of 13 games. So it looks like he's enjoying his game a lot more now. Is he affecting the games a lot more? Well, that's up for interpretation, isn't it? Depends what you look for in an attacking midfielder. But we'll save that for another stream. We'll save that for another stream. Do you want to make an Ozil diss track? You're a wind-up, man. You're a wind-up. Let's read this out. Big up my boy Nuno. Real question is, will Arsenal take advantage of the injury woes at Spurs? Well, it's not just Spurs. I said this to somebody yesterday as well, and on stream yesterday. Like, obviously, Man City have got the the European ban, which has got a lot of people excited, thinking we could possibly get their spot by getting 5th place. But on the flip side of that, you've got Sheffield United, Tottenham, Wolverhampton Wanderers. You've got Everton. You know, they're all above us. If I missed anybody, Man United, they're all above us. And it's going to be a massive, massive ask for every single one of them teams to capitulate and us go on a mad run. So sadly, I don't think we're gonna get 5th. But can we finish above Spurs? I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, it was great that we slapped up Newcastle at the weekend. It's going to be a lot harder playing against Everton this weekend. If we can beat Everton, then the momentum is right up there, isn't it? Especially if we get a result on Thursday against Olympiacos, whether that be a draw. I think a draw out there wouldn't be the worst result, especially if it was a score draw, because then we've got an away goal. 0-0 is probably the worst draw we could get. but a score draw would be nice. But then if we could get a draw or a win out there on Thursday and then beat Everton, then yeah, we're pushing up the table, and why not? Do these as podcasts. Well, that reminds me, actually, I am bringing the podcast back real soon, people, because I know a lot of people like the one I did with Claude back last year, and the style I did it in, it weren't the generic style of podcast. I will not be flying over to meet these people and sit down and do it, by the way. It'll be pre-recorded on StreamYard, and I will upload it. But I am bringing that back, so keep your beady eyes out for that. Not going to tell you the first person I'm getting on. Obviously, I already had Claude on. If anybody hasn't checked that podcast out, just type in League Gunner podcast or something. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it in the description of this video afterwards, or as an end card or something like that, or a pop-up midway through if you want to watch it on playback, or if you are watching it on playback, I'll put it in there for you. Because yeah, that podcast was sick that I've done with Claude, and I've got 2 guests lined up already that have already agreed to come on, and I'm going to record them either this week or next week. So yeah, I can't wait for that. That should be sick. That should be proper good. But yeah, I can't wait. Surely Pepe has to feature in the 11 now. When he's on his game, he causes nightmares on that right side. He can dribble past defenders and cross. Starting to love that guy, says Charles on Facebook. Well, mate, his stats this season are pretty damn good for somebody who's been in and out of the team. So I think he's got 5 league goals, 4 assists, or 4 league goals, 5 assists, but I think it's 7 and 7. So 14 goals he's been involved in, 13, something like that in total. That is not bad for somebody who's in the first season that's been in and out of the team. I rate him, and I think that when he's right on it, yeah, he's going to be unplayable, and he's going to make a huge difference to us. Let's just hope that he plays more. Big up DVS Dallas. Hope you're good, mate. LDBC Slayer says the top will be Liverpool, Man City, Leicester, Chelsea, Man United. Big up my sister in the chat. How you doing, sis? Hope you're good. Hope the little ones are good. Evening to Kerry. Hope you're good, darling. Please say you're going to finish above Spurs so I can clip it. No, because I'm not that confident, mate. And to be honest with you, I don't see that as a trophy anyway. I couldn't care less whether we finished above you or not, mate. All it means is that we both didn't win the title. So yeah, unless we finish above you and we win a title and you finish 2nd or 3rd or 4th, then it means something. But if we ain't winning the title or a trophy off of the back of it, what's the point? So there we go. Honest question, says Joel. What do you mean, mate? Well, the question you asked me about Ozil. Yeah, well, listen, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I gave you the best answer I could, bruv. It's a straight race between Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea, Sheffield United. Yeah, I'll probably agree with that. Big up, Lee, says Vinny. Hope you're good, mate. Lloyd says, come on, you Gunners. Don't forget, I will be doing my preview for the Olympiacos game tomorrow. It will probably be about this time tomorrow as well, because there is Champions League football again tomorrow, which deads off my views because everyone's watching the Champions League and it's not all about watching me, is it? So let's be real. So yeah, I'll probably do that a little bit earlier tomorrow. 6 goals and 7 assists it is for Pepe. Big up, Pepe. George is saying 8 goals and 7 assists. No, I think it's 7. I'm pretty sure it's 7 goals and 6 assists. I don't know. What's your take on Burton leaving us? Says Callum on Facebook. Do you know what? We've got a lot of youngsters in that squad on them reserve teams that are nearly great and nearly good. Yeah, but the problem is we're not in a position where we can just throw them all in. And to get nearly 800 grand for him when he's barely played a game, I don't think he's even played a game for Arsenal, has he? The first team. I don't think he's played a single game for Arsenal first team. So to get nearly 800 grand, and that's including add-ons. So it's probably about 650, 600, something like that. That's not bad business. He's the first British player to play in the UK, in the Ukraine as well, I think, or the first English player to play in the Ukraine league or something. So yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to him. He's still only 20 years old. He could be in the Champions League next season because they're always up there, aren't they? So you never know. But yeah, Finally watching you on Facebook, also shared it. Thank you very much, Aaron. Appreciate that. Do appreciate that. He's Welsh, not English. Well, there you go. British. I said UK, to be fair, start off with, didn't I? I did say UK, so there we go. But let's do a few more comments, and then I'm going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes, because I know the Champions League is about to start, and I know that you all want to go and watch Tottenham lose or Liverpool win, whichever tickles your fancy. Although that's going to be a really good game, actually, that game, that Liverpool-Atletico Madrid game. Good defence up against great attack. So that should be very interesting. You guys celebrate St. Tottenham's Day. I don't, my friend. A lot of Arsenal fans do, but I don't. Like I said, if we ain't finishing above you and winning something, what's the point? PSG Dortmund. I don't know. Tottenham aren't tonight. Oh yeah, Tottenham are tomorrow, aren't they? Who's playing tonight then? Who's playing tonight? Liverpool. And is that it? Is it just Liverpool playing tonight then? Who else is in it? Man City are playing tomorrow, aren't they? I thought Tottenham were playing tonight against Leipzig. Is your sister a Gooner too? Yeah, come on, of course she is, man. So's my nephew. Big up my nephew Logan. Big him up. The niece, she's not even walking and talking yet, but she's fully going to be decked out in the Arsenal kit. But yeah, proper. 12-goal thriller for PSG Dortmund, I hope. I'm still second in your son dream team, says Gary. Evening to you, bud. Yeah, do you know what that reminds me? I can't remember the code to get into the Fantasy Premier League, but anybody who did sign up to that, I can still log into it. I just don't know the code for people to join it. But the top 10 places win a prize at the end of the season. It's a cash money prize. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. So whoever's in the top 10, you'll get a prize. 250, I think it was 250 quid for top, 150 second, 75 third, 54th, and then down from 5th to 10th was 10 quid. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that if you are in that league, that Fantasy Premier League. I did, and see where you are in the league. Excuse me. But I'm going to do 3 more comments and I'm gone. So do drive the likes up. Do subscribe if you're new, and share the content around. That always helps. Maybe a loan move for Cazorla. That would be nice. It's 1:30 in the morning in India. Love you, brother, says Rio. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're good. We want to listen to you, Lee, says Jason. Mate, do you know what, right? People think that I just do nothing all day. Yeah, it's not a dig, I'm just saying, by the way. But I do have to still build another 3 thumbnails for games and streams coming up this week. And my photoshopping skills are not that great. So it's probably going to take me about an hour to do each one. So yeah, then I'm going to have an early night and I'm going to get myself in bed. So yeah, I'd love to sit on stream for another half hour, but sadly I've got work to do, because it's not as easy as people think talking into a MacBook. Doing this full time, there is a lot of graft that goes in behind the scenes that you don't really see. Ozil is better than Zidane. Yeah, whoever made that song up should be in jail, mate, for fraud and deception. Catch you next time. Thank you, MN. Cheers, mate. Couple more. Come on, we might as well go in another 1 minute 20. Let's rapid fire some of these. Lacquer and Ozil out for Havertz. He could be the creativity we need, says the Skits Arsenal fan. Go subscribe to that channel, by the way, Skits Arsenal fan. Go and check him out. That would do nicely. What did I miss? Well, Santi Cazorla, I might as well end it on that. Santi Cazorla could be coming back to Arsenal for 1 game at least. He said that he wanted to play 1 more game. He didn't get a send-off. Arsenal are looking into getting that game sorted and getting it done with Villarreal, that we can do that. After that, I'm not sure whether he will play any more games, but it'd be nice to have him as a coach at the club. That would be kind of sick, I think. So yeah, there we go. But listen, I am going to get myself out of here. Get someone to do it on Instagram. Nah, man, I'll do it all myself. That way I can be a jack of all trades and a master at every single one of them. Come on, baby. But listen, thanks very much for watching. Do stick a like on the video, subscribe, share. If you want to become a member, there is some more emojis coming out tomorrow. We've unlocked another 2. So come on, boys and girls. The link is in the description for that. And thank you very much. All have a wonderful evening watching the Champions League. And I'll be back at about 11 o'clock for members with their morning video, and it'll be scheduled in for 7 o'clock for everyone else. So until then, laters.